Now, what in the Carnival is going on this time? I gotta make this clear, this is not Carnival's fault by any means. We have a situation between three parties: a travel agent, her client, a former passenger. I say former because this man has been banned from Carnival Cruise Lines for a very stupid reason. He's been banned to the Shadow Realm, never to ever become a Carnival loyalist, a Carney, ever again. And Carnival is the third party in this particular situation. Now, I'm gonna talk about this because there is like a little posting from this lady on a Carnival fan page asking for advice to reinstate this man to allow him to once again sail the seven seas with Carnival Cruise Line. But before we get into this story, because it's an interesting one, I do have to remind all of you that I do have my Patreon. On there, I do have early access to a video from my time on board MSC's newest ship, the MSC Seascape. I went to their private island, their $200 million island, Ocean Cay. All that is up right now. Also, moving forward, guys, as early as next month, I will be giving away a free vacation. It'll be a free cruise or a theme park, whatever suits you guys best for the winter. And also moving forward, if you guys want live streams, because I no longer do them here on this channel, as well as direct guaranteed access to me, that is the only way outside of business inquiries. The link for my Patreon will be in the description box below. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this shindig, this conundrum that we're dealing with involving the parties, be it the travel agent and the client, that she's trying to get back into the good graces of Carnival Cruise Line. So I do have this posting here from this lady. She posted on the Carnival fan page seeking some outside assistance in hopes that maybe they will be able to guide her in the right direction to get this client back on board Carnival ships. The posting reads, "Hey y'all, help me out. I had a client get banned from Carnival for having a tad bit of weed in his cabin. He was found out because he smoked cigs on the balcony, and the person cleaning the cabin reported the can of buds that was in the trash can. She didn't see weed but smelt it, and my client says the smell was in his clothes as him and other cruisers smoked weed," well, they said week here, but we know what they mean, "weed on the Lido deck the night before. He was charged a $75 fine and banned. This was the first cruise, his first cruise rather, with any cruise line. Him and his girlfriend left out of Charleston, South Carolina. He was lucky to not have to pay the $500 fine nor face jail." I know that's right. This we already know. "Does anyone know if it's worth him writing an apology letter to Carnival or something of the like to get unbanned? Yes, we know there are other cruise lines, but Carnival is the best in our opinion. He could chance using someone else's ID and all that, but the point is to do right going forward and not try to finagle the system and rules again. If you have any positive feedback, if you don't have any positive feedback, rather, keep the feedback to yourself, please. First time experiencing this request from a client." He also said that Carnival has requested that the client calls to discuss the request further. This is just a Facebook group post, though. Still awaiting a response from my email to my travel agent only client contacts with Carnival. I will keep y'all posted. Maybe just those ... Never mind. Have a good day. Okay, so you guys see the very interesting situation. First of all, they said that it's the client's first time on a cruise or first time with Carnival, whatever. It does not matter. That is completely irrelevant. We all know that whether we're on a plane or any travel destination, there are signs everywhere. Don't smoke in the cabin. Don't smoke on the balcony. Right? We see this. You could face fines of up to $500 or jail time. Now, why this man did not face the $500 fine, I don't know. Personally, I really don't care. It's at Carnival's discretion, but they decided to give him a $75 fine and ban him. Now, when it comes to these types of situations, I always say there is, I guess, in a very strange way, risk and reward. You don't want to walk all the way up to the Lido deck. You want to smoke in your cabin. You have to understand that there are going to be consequences potentially that come with that should you be caught smoking on the balcony or in your room. Now, that's one side to look at. I don't think this man should face, I'm not going to say he should face jail time or anything like that. Like I said, it's Carnival's decision on what they want to do. But this man knows the rules. Again, it's right there in your face as soon as you open the door to go to the balcony. You guys all know what I'm talking about that has been on a cruise ship. Now, on the other end, sure, I guess you can argue the fact that, oh, this is his first time. He was just trying to have a good time. Maybe he didn't know what he was doing. No, we can't argue that at all. Let's be real here. Look at what the possible snowball effect that could trickle down from here. There is a reason why this stuff is reported. When it comes to people smoking, whether it be cigarettes or weed, guys shouldn't be smoking weed on the ship to begin with. But when it comes to cigarettes on board the ship and in the room, whenever there is a hint or a smell going on in the room, it's not about the client or the passenger passenger, in this particular case for Carnival, that was just in the room. It's about the next set of passengers. Let's say you have to pay, because it does cost a lot of money to clean a room that smells like cigarettes, a car that smells like cigarettes. It's a very intricate process, a very annoying, very detailed process. I used to do car detailing as well, and getting that smell out of a car alone is ridiculously difficult. I can't imagine a room with the carpets and, of course, the bedding and the couches and all that other stuff that is involved with a stateroom. Whenever the next client, well, the next passenger goes into that room, let's say they end up smelling that hint of weed or cigarettes. They now go to guest services, they now complain, and now the cruise line looks unprofessional. The cruise line looks like they don't know what they're doing. The cruise line looks disgusting. It looks like something that is only designed for people that are ignorant or people that maybe are not the cleanest type of people, which is not true, all because somebody decided to either smoke on the balcony or just be kind of irresponsible when it came to whatever addictions or whatever habits they may have that affect other people. Now, I do want to be clear here, because I understand that last little spiel was all over the place. I'm not trying to be the moral police here. I used to smoke cigarettes. I am somebody that has smoked a little bit of Mary Jane in my day every now and then. Sure, not really my cup of tea. But I am no moral high ground on this situation. I'm just talking about in general the snowball effect and things that do happen as backlash when it comes to people smoking in the room smelling like cigarettes or a drug of choice. Now, you also got to look at what's happening with the travel agent here. Notice in the posting, she said that, oh, well, maybe he could use somebody else's ID. Ma'am, you are a travel agent. Are you really going to even start to, I guess, entertain the idea of encouraging some type of that of behavior of that nature? What kind of travel agent are you? I'm not trying to blame her directly, but the fact that that even came up in the posting just kind of points out that she did entertain the idea, even if it was just for a second. You are a travel agent. This means that you have to not only look out for yourself and the client, you also have to look at what is in the best interest of the cruise line. If you are knowingly putting somebody on board a ship, a client of yours that is using a fake ID or somebody else's ID, what have you, you are also in the wrong, and that is not okay. Honestly, yes, it does suck that this man, for his first time on a cruise ship ever, he got banned. But the fact that he didn't get charged $500 and rather $75, and he didn't face court or jail time or anything of that nature, which I don't think Carnival will do. They'll probably do what they did in this situation, at the most fine you the $500 and ban you. I would say he kind of got off scot-free. The rules are as plain as day, in the fact that he broke them. You just kind of have to accept the consequences. Yeah, if you want to try to appeal this situation with Carnival, sure, talk it out, but trying to finagle, even in her own words, finagle the system and rules, that should not have even been a thought as far as the travel agent when she comes to dealing with her client. He broke the rules. It is what it is. He may have to go with another cruise line, or he may have to personally just try to reach out to Carnival and see if he can get this situation rectified, even if it means going back and potentially paying that $500 as opposed to the $75. It is what it is. Also, I will not show the comments on the posting because the lady said she only wants positive feedback. I can assure you she did not get it. What do you expect? You're on social media and you are talking about something that is clearly wrong, something that is definitely kind of not in the greatest eye when it comes to society and people, especially in the United States. That, I mean, smokers. You think anybody's going to defend that? I don't think so. In this particular case, I mean, I always try to look at everything for what it actually is, look at the pros and cons, and just be objective when it comes to situations like this. But for me, when it's I look at something like this, there's not really an excuse. There's a sign on the door. The man, let's say, like he said, he smoked weed upstairs, which, I mean, if you're smoking on the balcony, I mean, I've been on many a cruise ship. I've hung out with many a people. I know what the balcony is used for. It's not just used for cigarettes. I'm not accusing this man of anything. However, it's a little suspicious that if they're saying that there was a hint of Mary Jane in the room, then there is a good likelihood that, yes, maybe it was on his clothes, but for him to say that he smokes cigarettes and he smokes weed, but he only smoked the cigarettes on the balcony, never the weed, I would say is kind of questionable, and I think most of you would agree with me on that. Anyway, I won't pass any more judgment on this situation. I want to hear from you, the people, the subscribers, supporters of this channel. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. This story to me is a little wild, and it's a little out there for this travel agent. I think it's a little unprofessional in my personal opinion, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy with a weird microphone thing, recording with my cell phone, talking on the internet. But of course, let me know your thoughts, guys. Hit that like button on your way out. Make sure to check out my Patreon. Check out our travel agent sponsored touring plans if you want to book a cruise or any type of vacation for the ultimate vacation experience. Link in the description box below. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.